Everybody is up in arms about this illegal immigration and what's going on with ICE. Here in North Carolina, ICE has stormed in and they've come into Charlotte, they've come into Raleigh, I believe, and they're out there scooping up these folks that have been breaking the law here in our country. They're here illegally, and many of them have not only broken our immigration laws again, but are also breaking the law on the street. They're criminals with criminal warrants out or whatever. And so everybody's all up in arms about this, and everybody's wanting, all these people wanting to run out and protest ICE and, F ICE and all this garbage. All of these so-called well-meaning people who think, oh, just leave the poor little immigrants alone. I think, number one, they need a lesson. An immigrant is a person who comes to the door, knocks, fills out the appropriate paperwork, and enters legally. That's an immigrant. An illegal is someone who sneaks in by the dark of night and is not supposed to be here. And one of the things that infuriates me about this the most is this fact. I want you to think about someone you know who did it right. Think about that person who came from Mexico or came from anywhere in Latin America, came from Africa or came from Asia and they did it right. They saved up their money. They filled out the appropriate paperwork. They went through the proper steps and channels to come here. You think about those folks. If we're cheating anybody in this situation, that's who we're cheating. We're not only cheating the American people out of not upholding law and order and keeping people who could quite possibly be dangerous out of our country. We're cheating the people who did it right. We're no longer rewarding people for following the law. We're now pushing to reward people who break the law. And that's dangerous, folks. So all you well-meaning people out there that think, oh, I should stop, arresting these people. They're just trying to find a better way of life. If you're trying to find a better way of life, you do it right. You do it right, and you come to the country right. And if you don't, you should have to pay the penalty for not doing it right. Because we owe it to the people who really immigrated to this country. The ones who waited in line, the ones that paid the fee, the ones that filled out the paperwork, the ones that did it right. We owe it to them. And we owe it to our country to continue to follow the law. So let me know what you think in the comments. Does that bother you about this? Or if there's something else that bothers you about it? Because I can tell you this right now, it's very disturbing to see folks in our country flying foreign flags